Hi, I'm going to show you how to work with graphics for the Kebnekaise HPC cluster for the course Intro to Python for HPC that is provided by NICE, the National Academic Infrastructure in Supercomputing. In this session, I'll briefly mention why I may want to use graphics, and we're going to do some exercises, one where we use matplotlib, which is a Python library, to create a plot. And then we're going to view the plot. And those are all the learning outcomes: to create a minimal plot, load the matplotlib module if needed, and then we're going to view the plot too. So why do you want to use graphics? Well, because they help you visualize your data in the forms of plots. Sure, you can create them on your local computer, but we will do so on an HPC cluster. There's also a bit of exercise in there because you will need to load some modules and find out how things work. Matplotlib is a very popular Python package to make plots. Here we're going to see how to use it. The hardest part will be to find out which software modules to load. And this session is about graphics and not about this library. So this is all the code we will be using about Matplotlib. But there's 2 lines, it creates a plot and then it saves it to file. That's all there is to it in this session. Just reading this line, I think it saves the figure to a file called myplot.png. Viewing that would be nice, so I'm going to do that here too. You can do this in 2 ways. You can use a remote desktop environment. That's like a regular desktop environment, but then remotely. And Kebnekaise has that. On the other, I will show you how to do this with SSH with X forwarding. And this seems super fancy. Instead it's just regular SSH with 3 extra keystrokes to enable this. In the worst case, you will have to download the image to your local computer. It works, it's a bit clumsy, but it works. Good. Let's take a look at the exercises. And let's take a look. So first we're going to use matplotlib to create a plot. We need to create a Python script. Well, so this Python script, we have done that in previous sessions. So I'm going to go a bit faster how to create a Python script and how to run that Python script. That's what we've done before. So I'm going to do this. I need to use the content of the example code. So I'm going to copy paste this already. There. Now at the right side of my screen, I'm going to put Kebnekaise. Let's make sure there's nothing in there. No files. And we're going to create that Python script. So nano create plot.py. Control Shift V to paste. Control O to save. Enter to use that name. Control X to exit. Cat to create the file content just to make sure. Next step, run the Python script. Well, let's try that out. Python create plot. It says, hey, I cannot find matplotlib. So that means we did get an error message. We need to go to the next part of this exercise. So what we're going to do, we're going to search HPC2N if they have some documentation on how to use matplotlib. So let's do that. So I'm going to search Google HPC2N Kebnekaise matplotlib. It's in my searches. Is it there? This is UpMax. This is the documentation. And there we see matplotlib. This is how we search it. This is good. I'll make it a bit bigger there. And this is how you load it. So let's do that. If I copy paste this to the HPC cluster there, Shift V, enter, works like a breeze. And I'm going to create the plot now. So this runs the Python script. And if I do ls, I expect a file to be here. Here's my plot. So this is the plot I've created. Well done. Yeah, so this is nicely documented. The next step is viewing the plot. And for this we need to log into our HPC cluster in a way that allows for graphics. maybe we can already do so, I don't know. So we're going to view the plot on Kebnekaise using this command there. And the reason I paste this command because this is not documented at all. So and if this works, then alright, but we already see the error here. Unable to open X server. This means that X forwarding is not enabled yet. And that is correct. If I now log out of Kebnekaise, I can see here how I logged in. I used SSH, nothing, and then my login. To enable X forwarding, you need to do $X. And this enables X forwarding. It looks exactly the same. But now when I run the same command here, it will display my plot. Let's take a look. Yeah, there we have it. This is my plot. Good. And that was the exercise. So this means I've just showed you how to work with graphics on Kebnekaise for the Intro to Python for HPC course, as is provided by NICE. With that, I wish you a very good day. Bye!